Hello, welcome to another video. I am Ahmed, working as an IELTS and PTE instructor at Edify group of companies. Today I have a very interesting topic for you guys, and the topic is how to improve our reading comprehension for IELTS and PTE exam. Now, first of all, let's begin with the definition, what reading comprehension is and what do I mean by that. So reading comprehension actually means that do you have the ability to read, analyze and interpret the text or not. It also involves making valuable connection between the different parts of the text, so the overall meaning is very easily understandable. Why most of the people find reading comprehension difficult and why do it always is a part of the reading test is just because it separates the good readers from the bad readers. Now there are many different ways and there are many different reasons actually which makes you bad at reading comprehension, and one of them is your poor reading habit. So if you are not avid reader or you do not read for pleasure, you will find reading in the test section very hard because you do not understand quickly what the text is meant. Second reason could be your lack of vocabulary. Obviously, if you have a very limited vocabulary, that means that a lot of words during your exams are beyond your understanding. So if you don't understand the words, it will become very hard to only rely on the context. I know in most of the cases you can understand the context without understanding every single meaning of the word. However, if there are so many words which you do not understand, making a context would become super difficult. And another thing that you might find reading comprehension difficult is that your critical thinking is underdeveloped. Now, how do we improve our critical thinking is by reading different kind of ideas which do not relate to your ideas, which are actually very against to what you believe. So when you question your belief system a lot through reading different materials, that's when your brain starts growing and you have a lot of critical thinking. And people with the well-developed critical thinking has more diverse ideas and they have more to write and more to understand. And other reason is you lack the focus. So when you are sit for the reading and for your IELTS or PTE exam, you find it very hard and your focus is not there. And the primarily why it happens is because you do not engage with the text. You do not understand the text, and that it takes you it just bores you, so you don't have very good understanding. Now let's see how you can develop the good strategies for reading comprehension and how you can improve it. The thing is, reading comprehension is just a skill, and anything which is a skill can be learned, right? So we have a growth mindset and we believe that it can be learned. Now what you can do to learn the reading comprehension is, first of all, start reading. Read extensively. And because if you don't read, you won't have exposure to different materials, you won't have exposure to different ideas and different words, so it will not improve. So you have to read a lot. And when I say read, it should not have to be only the reading material that comes in the format of test. It could be blogs, it could be books, or anything that interests you. And I always suggest this to my students that even if you have interest in a very in like sports, many boys have interest in sports, and if you have interest in makeup, or let's say I'm talking about for the female, and maybe some female also have interest in sports as well. So basically whatever that interests you, you should start reading about that, because it will not only improve your understanding of that particular area, but it will also improve your reading habit. Secondly, you must work on your vocabulary. Now working on vocabulary is something that might be difficult in the beginning, because you don't know how many words you should remember to ace your test. However, there are some excellent resources available online that you can simply download, like apps which you can download and start improving your vocabulary. One best thing that I would suggest you to do to improve your vocabulary and to remember different words is using flashcards. Flashcards are the best way to understand and the best way to remember the words. So trying that out would not hurt, right? The next thing that you might want to try is, now I am assuming that you've already worked on your reading habit and you've already improved a little bit of your vocabulary. Now you might want to move towards active reading. Now what active reading is? There's one simple reading in which we sometimes lose focus, but then there is an active reading when we are very smartly and actively engaged with the text. When you start understanding and analyzing the test, you start questioning the author. Why author is saying this and that, and what is the main idea of the text. So this interaction not only make the overall reading experience interesting, but it also helps you extract a lot from that text, and your understanding becomes more. So therefore, you find it really easy to answer even the difficult questions. So active reading is a must thing that you should practice in order if you want to improve your score, and if you want to score around 7 or 8 bands. Now, there are some really cool things that you can try out to improve your reading and reading comprehension. However, another thing that you must try is to summarize the text. One of the best strategies that I can tell you to improve your reading comprehension is this. Because when you read a text and then you try to summarize it and you write your own summary, you actually are understanding the text very well. Because if you are not, you will not be able to write well. So this trick can significantly improve your overall understanding of the text. And other thing that you should try that will significantly improve your reading comprehension is read for a purpose. Now, how you can do that? Reading for a purpose means that you again wear that critical hat and you start asking questions that what are the main ideas in this text, which is the main idea, which is being supported by different paragraphs, and does each paragraph has a different kind of a tone or different kind of arguments, or how does those arguments connect with each other. So when you start reading for a purpose and you start finding those answers, the overall thing becomes like a puzzle and you start solving it, so it becomes interesting. So these are some of the things that I had for you guys to improve your reading comprehension. And if you need any further advice or support, you can reach out to our Edify group of companies. We have very qualified IELTS and PTE trainers that can help you improve your reading, listening, writing, and speaking score. Thank you so much for watching.